This is big breaking news. An emergency situation is unfolding right now, and 4 different states are being affected. Kentucky, Tennessee, Virginia, and West Virginia are under life-threatening situations. Mass evacuations are happening, and entire cities and towns are being destroyed. So let's get into the details here. Really quick, guys, please just hit that like and hit that subscribe. I'm posting every single day, keeping you updated on this big urgent news, and it just helps to get these warnings out. I appreciate that. So this is what's happening right now. There's been extreme flooding going on in Kentucky and Tennessee, Virginia, and West Virginia, and entire neighborhoods and entire communities are being washed out and flooded out right now. These are very similar scenes that we've seen in places like North Carolina during Hurricane Helene, but this is not a hurricane. This is due to stationary rainstorms that have stalled out over the area, and it has caused flash flooding. All right, and we keep seeing this time after time. These quote 100-year floods, these 1,000-year floods keep happening across the nation over and over. So what's going on here? Why do we keep seeing this? Another area completely destroyed. I want you to look at these pictures here. Right? This is coming from Hurley, Virginia. All right, look at these buildings. Look at all the stuff that is underwater and destroyed. Right, and it's being reported that emergency services are being deployed to help evacuate the area. It says here that water rescues are underway all across Kentucky right now, in eastern Kentucky in the Appalachian Mountains. It says here that on Saturday around 3:30 p.m. the East Bernstad Fire and Rescue shared a Facebook post that their crews pulled 2 people out of a flooded building off of Bullock Road. Right? It says here that at 12:25 p.m. the Richland Volunteer Fire Department says they were called to people who were trapped in their home by floodwaters. They say the Knox County SOR team responded with their boat, and members made their way to the trailer and transported 4 people and several dogs back to safety. Right? This is happening all across Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia, West Virginia right now. It says here that the London Laurel Rescue Squad says they're responding to multiple water rescues, and they're reminding people not to drive through standing water. Also, the Liberty Casey County Rescue Squad has rescued 2 elderly patients successfully being removed from a flooded residence, and says please make plans to move now. Water is still rising and heavy rains are forecasted. So this is a live situation. People are dealing with these floods, and the waters will continue to rise over the next few days. These rains are not letting up, and the rivers, the streams, and all the creeks are overflowing, right? And they're all rushing down to the valleys and to the lower lands, and this is where all the water is accumulating, and this is where a lot of people build their homes. This is where a lot of the towns and homes are built, in these valleys and these mountainous areas. So this is devastating for this region. It says here that this is happening in Hurley, Virginia. It's happening in Clarksville, Tennessee. They're having life-threatening flash flooding situations right now. It says numerous reports of impassable roads dotted the map in western Tennessee and southern Kentucky and near the West Virginia border, where rainfall reports climbed to over 5 to 8 inches during the first half of the weekend, with more rain still to come. The threat was significant enough to trigger precautionary evacuations along streams and rivers in the Tennessee Valley and force the opening of some shelters. A nursing home in the Red Boiling Springs, Tennessee area near the state border with Kentucky was evacuated out of an abundance of caution, and water rescuers were reported to be ongoing around Hurley, Virginia. Quote, our street department has been out all week. The this week, placing sandbags and barricades in areas that are prone to flooding because they're low-lying or near creeks or waterways. So they've done that and done it very well. And then we've been responding as the water continues to rise and the rain continues to fall, said Clarksville Mayor Joe Pitts. It says dozens of flash flood warnings were issued amid a flash flood watch tagged with the more dire, quote, particularly dangerous situation designation, as torrential rains fell on the ground that was already saturated from previous soaking rain events for the past week, right? So the ground's saturated, and this has been labeled a, quote, particularly dangerous situation, according to flood watch warnings. It says in Corbin, Kentucky, floodwaters carried a truck off a road and into a nearby ditch, according to a storm report from the National Weather Service office in Jackson, Kentucky. Near Lewisburg, Kentucky, swift water rescue teams were needed to rescue a diver who became trapped in swift waters of the swollen Mud River, the National Weather Service reported. Another water rescue was needed in the west of the town of Murray, Kentucky. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear issued a state of emergency for the Commonwealth and warned that 3 to 5 inches of rainfall would be problematic for some areas. Quote, we want everyone to be careful, he said. Quote, the amount of rain coming down will make it hard to drive, and flash flooding, especially across our roads, can create dangerous conditions. And remember, don't drive through standing water. It can have currents, and it is incredibly dangerous. All right, that is what the governor of Kentucky is warning of right now. This is a live situation. It's Saturday night, and this is going to get worse over the weekend. There's going to be even more rain. So if you're in this area, make sure you're on high alert. Make sure you have the warnings on for your phone so you can leave if you need to go and get to higher ground if you can. All right, this is looking very similar to this western North Carolina situation that we saw with the hurricane, and hopefully we don't see this again, the same level of devastation, but it seems like it's going to be at least a percentage of that, right? Bare minimum. I will keep you guys updated on this situation. Please, guys, just hit it up for me down there. It helps to get these warnings out. Also, there is an earthquake that just hit Texas as well, too. This just happened today, Saturday. This earthquake hit around, or it actually hit Friday night. Sorry about that. It hit around 10:23 p.m. Mountain Time. All right, so it was almost today, early in the morning. It was late last night, and the earthquake was a 5.0 magnitude earthquake that was detected in western Texas. This happened right along the border of Texas and New Mexico, right? So the little part of Texas that sticks out, that's underneath New Mexico, it happened right along the border there, a 5.0 earthquake, right? So pretty out of the ordinary to happen in this area. And they were saying that the quakes were felt and tremors were felt in New Mexico cities, including Carlsbad, Roswell, and Las Cruces, right? They're saying that there were no reports of injuries or damage in the area, but definitely a surprise for people in Texas and western Texas to feel this 5.0 earthquake, all right? So lots of things going on around the country. I will keep you guys updated on this situation as it develops. I hope you guys are staying safe, staying prepared, staying stocked up out there. I hope you have big blessings for your life and your family, and I hope you have a big old blessed day.